October the 6th. Go for a little ride up Old Creek path here. Creek runs along that side of the path. Crossing the creek here, see right over the little pike there. Right down in there is the swamp. The creek empties into the swamp, and that's what's all down in there, all that tall grass and everything. This right here is what they call Moonlight Railroad. It was a railroad built back in the 1800s, and it was abandoned in 1980 or 82, something like that. But they took the tracks up through here and all. It's about, between the two roadways here, it's about a 2-mile stretch from end to end. We're going to go up this way for right now though. Doing some logging back at the end of this path, so I don't know if it's open still or not. We will find out shortly. As you can see, all of this right out in here was heavily wooded. There was no opening there. This path went this way, and then this path went this way. They were already there, but we'll go down this way and see what's like down here. And all of this was wooded. There was a path that went around this way, and there was a path that went straight down that way, and then made a 90-degree turn up along the other side of that creek there. We'll see if this side's open or not. I don't know. Hopefully this opens still. So far, so good. Sure does look different back here. Down here. Basically this path right here kind of went straight over there to where you see that flag on that tree at. Let's see if we can make it over there. I should be able to. Here we go, we're right back on it now. That's good. was talking about that path that came up beside the creek, that's where it would have come out at, was right there. This path right here went across the creek there, but I don't want to route it out any more than it already is until it dries out some, so we'll turn around and go back the other way. Try to respect people's land. Amazing how quickly these logging companies move through this wood. Less than 2 weeks ago, this is all full of trees. Come on, rancher. Let's see here. Path did go this way. I don't know if it's open on this side or not. Let's see. A little log crawling here. Originally, the original road went right along the side there, but it doesn't look like it's too open right now. This path right here takes across this pond dam. Not mistaken, this pond was dug in the 1950s. It's been here right a little while. You remember from one of my earlier videos when I was riding the horse through here, I came down here and checked on the logging equipment that was parked right out in here. This is the same area. They've just moved on to a different location now. We were just at, and I mentioned that it was too wet across that creek. I didn't want to route it out. This is the other side of that creek, basically. They had this metal bridge across it to drive over with log skidders, but the creek's right down there, and that's why we were just on the other side of that just a few minutes ago. Maybe they'll move this one day. We'll be able to get through here. go back across the creek, pond dam here, I mean, and show you some of those other paths. At least we'll see if that one's open. I don't know. Won't know till we look. See if this is open at all. This isn't the original road right here, but if it's open, we'll start using it instead. I don't know how open it's going to be. Give it a try. Like somebody's got a bit of an oil leak on one of those skidders. Definitely slow way of travel through here. Rough. Like I was saying, the original road, it ran right alongside the edge of those trees and came out and connected with this path that was already up here. But the way it looks like, this is going to be the new road right here. It was real smooth too. I mean, it was like you could get up a lot of speed on it, on upwards to 30 miles an hour if you wanted to. And that's where we came in at when we came off of the railroad, was up there, and I told you you could go either right or you could go left. This would have been the way you would have come if you'd have went left, so we're going to go down this way. Montague Creek. Tends to hardly ever have water in it, usually only after a big rain. That same creek crosses the railroad up here, got a big pipe up under it. This is the other side of that same pond we were just crossing the dam on a few minutes ago. And so I'm told there was a house right here a long time ago. I mean, like way back 1800s, early 1900s. I think it was 1800s though, to be exact. Long time ago though. Part of that house has been moved up here and is now part of a bigger house. That was the man that originally lived back there. He moved and built a bigger house up here on top of the hill. So. And that house is still standing. In fact, people live in it right now. So, and I think, if I understand right, I think he was a veteran of the Civil War, if I'm not mistaken. Not 100% positive, but I do believe that he fought in that war and was injured, something like that. Go this way, get back on the railroad. This is the same railroad stretch here, Moonlight Railroad that I was talking about earlier. You go up here to the end of it, it would have crossed the highway here and kept on going for a long ways, but we're going to turn around right here for today. this railroad would have seen steam engines and transition over to diesel trains. It sure did during its service life. Pretty neat. Take this little path right here, a little shortcut. Takes us up to the Montague farm. This Montague farm was, like I was saying, it was the farm that was bought from the that Civil War veteran. I mean, this is, like I said, been way back, you know, early 1900s. You know, all these fields were here. You know, they farmed various different things. You'll get to see some of the old barns and the farmhouse and all up here. Some of the relatives, you know, of those original family are still living up here in this house, around in some of the other homes that are nearby. But pretty neat talking to people, you know, learning different things about history around here. You'd be surprised what you can find out. See some of the barns over there still standing. I think a lot of them have fell down. There were more at one time, but right now that's what's left. I'll turn and go up this way, maybe get a little closer look. Tell you, when people built barns and houses back then, they built them to stand up. These barns have been built for a long time, and they've weathered all the storms and you name it that's come through here over the years. It's still standing. That's pretty amazing. And like I said, that's the farmhouse there that I was mentioning earlier. Last year they had cotton planted out here, but I don't know if they're going to plant anything in these fields or not this year. Kind of doesn't look like it. That over there on that hill over there, I think that's either millet or milo. I think it's some sort of don't quote me on this, I think it's a grain crop if I'm not mistaken. I'm not up on that kind of stuff, but I think that's what it is. Healthy. All of this used to be wooded in between these two fields right here, and they logged it out about a month ago. What they call rocky hill here. I don't know if you can see all the rocks in the soil, but almost looks like somebody dumped a load of rock through here. It's so many rocks, but that's not the case. It's just got a lot of naturally occurring rock in it. I think that out there is soybeans planted, if I'm not mistaken. take us a left turn up into here. This path right here really doesn't have a name. I call it the 128 path, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But it's a pretty good little path, though. You can get up some speed on it in places. Coming up, it'd be a long straightaway. You can really open your four-wheeler up. Or it's good to ride on it slow, either way you like. And all of this on either side of this path, I mean, this a long time ago used to be all cow pasture. And you can, on the right hand side here, some of the time I'll try and point out some of the old barbed wire fence that's still standing. But it's obviously been grown up for a long time though. Go on and apologize in advance if there are any spider webs. Get over the camera lens because they're real bad on this path. So I've already had a couple hit me in the face through the helmet. I don't know if you can see it out there or not. It may be hard to see, but you can see the barbed wire fence, running alongside here. Like I said, a lot of it's still intact. Amazing, that stuff will last forever, even though it's rusted bad. This is a straightaway I was talking about. Right here, you can get up a lot of speed on. You can go faster than that, but that's fast enough. And this right here is the old cow shed. This is where they would have fed the cows at, stored hay, cows would come up and eat in there and all that. It's still standing up after all these years. Another little pond, I guess, for them to drink out of. This is the rest of the path here, it goes, eventually it will come back out on the railroad track, you'll see here in a little while. First time I ever rode this path, I thought it was never going to end. I think it's about 2 miles long, actually, from end to end. Mushrooms growing on the ground. All this wet weather we've been having. on the left-hand side, right in there, is a little water hole. That was something that I guess the farmers dug, you know, when this was a cow pasture years ago. Another area, you know, for cows to come and get water out of. It's a lot of grass growing in it right now, but usually in the wintertime, grass dies and you can see all the water down in there pretty good. And I don't know if you can tell how black the bottoms of these trees are, but about a year ago there was a wildfire swept through here and you know, ruined all these trees. So you can kind of see what's left of them is what you see now. But it used to be a lot healthier looking out there before that happened. The Forest Service had to come in and with bulldozers and things like that, and make fire roads around it, try and contain it, put it out. It burned like that for weeks though afterwards. It's a lot smoother through here too. It's all kind of chopped up on this path where they took that bulldozer through here when that happened, but at least they got the fire stopped. That was the most important thing. Could have been a lot worse. If you hadn't seen it already, you can see the barbed wire there and on those trees.